The Hidden Gift is a program of personal development, an ebook, and an audiovisual course. You can watch it or read the material, video presentations, written exercises in the book in order to shape the direction of your desired future. If you do the course by yourself, it is very important that you are honest with yourself, that you express your inner thoughts without fear. This is the only way for the process of healing to take place. I would like you to identify with the Hidden Gift program. If there is any subject that doesn't appear on the book or the course but you are interested in, please let me know and I will include it in my next update. I will also create some related exercises and new video presentations because this is a flexible program and I want it to be meaningful to you. Each person has a soft, weak spot. Life has a way to throw lessons at us so that we might find ourselves angry and frustrated at times. I'm sure you're already acquainted with the term pressing your buttons. This is a situation that steers our emotions as it hits us in our vulnerable self, whether it is because we were not prepared for the situation or because we were unaware that we actually had a soft spot to start with. These soft spots represent unresolved emotional issues. And the fact is that our reaction proves that we don't have strategies or tools to react properly at that point in time. So we need to do more work in the area of emotional intelligence. Other people will see this happen. Even if they can't explain it, they will intuitively know that we have a weakness. And even if you want to hide it, they will see through you. Truly, we may think that we delude others, but the fact is that we can only lie to ourselves. The power is in being aware that this is happening. And even though it might not be a pleasant situation or experience, to actually be self-aware of your own limitations, it's a very positive sign. It gives us the chance to create conscious strategies for action. And it proves that our ego is breaking down, that we are in a transition into surrender. The humility that leads us to surrender allows us to see our karmic loops taking place. These are energy sequestrating events. They get wrapped around us at an energetic level and don't let us see the wood for the trees, literally. It is as if we are under a spell, an hypnotic state. But they also create a platform for us to integrate our shadow or negative subconscious self, that part of us that we have been trying to reject, ignore, hide, and disown for so long. And as we integrate it, it takes its rightful place as part of our energy matrix, losing its powerful grip on our perspective of reality, freeing us to reorganize our inner resources. The positive outcome is that surrender strengthens our faith or trust in the universe, and as a result, we lose our fear of losing control. Loss of control is a feeling that we get when we don't feel capable of coping with a challenging situation. The action of controlling requires a great amount of energy as we try to keep our feelings checked and in place. Energy that we can now use in order to create more positive and exciting outcomes in our life. We also lose another fear, that others will find out who we really are. We may think that they will disapprove of us if they really get to know us. As a result, we may feel that we lead a double life. The life that others see and the real life hidden inside. I can tell you that this is how I felt for a very long time. And at a subconscious level, I felt like a liar. But it is not healthy for you because as your conscious and subconscious fields are disintegrated, we need to link them. And as they start integrating, we lose this dual personality perception of ourselves and heal in so many ways that we didn't even think possible. We feel so intensely other people's criticisms. Wouldn't it be great if we could listen to them as if this didn't apply to us at all? But it does come a time when we can actually stand in our center without being hurt or feeling devastated by other people's negative comments or criticism. And when we get there, it means that we have evolved and integrated our personality or ego to the point of stability and harmony, having strengthened our inner core. What we think of ourselves means really much more than what the rest of the world thinks of us. The exercises in this course are designed to be done at home as you take time to reflect, consider, meditate, and investigate them. You will align yourself with a more holistic vision of yourself and will trigger your own advice, guidance, direction, and healed perspective of your life. Because the main work needs to be done alone. This course might be only a first stepping stone into the journey of personal development and the integration of your consciousness. But remember that the more time and energy you put in the work, the more integration you will achieve. As you work through the pages or through the videos, your own intuition will whisper to you the next step to take. Watch a YouTube video, call someone, go to a workshop, and so on and so forth. Take every one of these single steps interwoven in the fabric of a bigger picture of your life. They are all steps that will work synergistically, taking you eventually where you want it to go. You can do these exercises every so often, or you can do them steadily and then from time to time after you finish the program. But each time you do so, you will discover new and deeper truths about yourself. Because we can only receive what we are ready for each time that we study. The truth is that we are multi-layered, multidimensional beings with many truths to discover and integrate. You will notice how much you have grown when you see the different reactions from the people around you, when you no longer feel stuck in an automatic pilot way of functioning through life, when you feel happier and better about yourself, when you start attracting and manifesting the good and positive things in your life. As we raise our awareness, we can compare the before and after of these exercises and see the distance that we have walked, realizing how much we have moved on. It is advisable to keep or develop a meditation routine, 15 or 20 minutes daily of uninterrupted and relaxed time. When we meditate, we open up a path to our soul and allow our intuition or inner voice to be heard. If nothing else, this is the most important skill that can be developed in a lifetime. It's a shortcut to our inner guidance, and it is irreplaceable. I would also advise you not to be too hard on yourself, not to push yourself before where you can go, not try to go too fast. It is easier, better, and more enjoyable to discover each little truth that life has to offer us with a sense of adventure and achievement. And it is also much better to make a little progress at a time. Then celebrate your small wins and keep repeating this pattern rather than trying to make a huge leap, which we may not be ready for. It will be counterproductive emotionally, mentally, and even physically. You can also take note of your dreams and write them down in your diary. Our subconscious likes knowing that we have a system in place through which it can reach us and communicate with us. I can tell you by my own experience that creating a systematic approach works. Another area to take into account is the real reasons why you are doing this work. If you are trying to achieve something physical and specific, you may find yourself frustrated. The universe seems to have an indirect and sinuous path, just like a meandering river that takes a zigzagging path to get to the sea. Why? Because we create our own obstacles to grow and success. Therefore, we need to learn to navigate the rapids of the river in our life and be patient and flexible as we do so. It is more important to gather the tools, strategies, systems, and then make the process our own than trying to get there, wherever there may be. Most of the time we don't even know. And usually it's a place created in a disconnected imagination. And then we should create a reality or true path as we walk it. The subtle energies of our higher self and the universal currents are always working with us. That's undeniable. But how we allow them to guide us, how we include them in our decision-making rituals, how we engage with them consciously, is what will determine our arrival at a new level of beingness, one that will put us in the center of the exact and rightful place for us, not just on this earth, but on the whole cosmos. Because we may be small, but we are certainly not insignificant. In the process of learning this new way of being, we will certainly learn to listen much more actively. I believe that listening fully is the biggest gift that we can give to another person. This means that we are energetically present and fully anchored in the now. We will learn to listen without getting attached to an opinion expressed, as we understand that the secret is to be compassionate and empathic, not judgmental. Therefore, we are to listen to the person's reality without getting involved. Staying detached allows us to be neutral. It is obvious that we will experience challenging times. It is the way of the universe to test our level of growth and help us shift. When we are ready to move on to the next level in our journey of development, we leave our conditioning or limiting thoughts and beliefs behind and work on replacing them with newer, freer, more expansive ones. And yes, it can be painful. Think of a snake shedding the skin. First it has to stuff itself to gain a larger size. Then stuff itself to be able to loosen the skin. And this is a vulnerable time. At that point, the skin comes loose and the eyes become blurry. What is clear is that where there is pain, there is attachment. That is, when we undergo a transition, we have to keep going until it's done. Otherwise, as in our snake metaphor, if the full process doesn't take place, we will get asphyxiated in that old skin that became too tight. And it just has to be done. For me, in my many years of focused spiritual growth and personal development, I have found that there is one single attribute that will always win in the end. Never giving up. Whether the transition is hard or not, whether the period of time that it takes for a change to take place is long or short, whether we are in pain or we hardly notice the process, it is always the person that persists, the person who completes the lesson, the one who shifts to the next level. We learn to deal with the process of transmutation the more attention we pay to it. And since we can't escape it and it is a lifelong journey, I decided at the beginning of my conscious evolutionary path that I would take notice of the growth patterns, energy cycles, and resulting realities in order to become a pro. Someone versed in the process of transmutation. So the more I did it, the easier it became, because everything in life can be learned. Different people have different rhythms and different speeds. We need to be patient. Our turn will come, generally when we least expect it. We also need to recognize that every step, no matter how painful it may be, is another step towards freedom. I hope you will enjoy the program as much as I did when I wrote it 25 years ago. And I wish for you to find and develop your own hidden gift.